Afternoon, students. Welcome to the sixth lecture of parallel computing. In today's lecture, I'm going to start the second module of the parallel computing. In the first module, I have covered about what is parallel computing, the need of parallel computing, and the application areas of parallel computing. Also, we have learned some of the important terminology associated with the parallel computing like supercomputer, parallel processing, parallel computers, throughput, scalability, and two methods through which we can enhance the throughput of a system, the control parallel approach and the data parallel approach. Control parallel approach means different set of instructions will be executed on the different data elements, while in data parallel approach the same set of instruction will be executed on the different data elements. We have also learned about the pipelining concept, which is a control parallel approach, and how the pipelining can enhance the computation as compared to the sequential computation. We have also learned that if the how the algorithm can execute on a control parallel approach, and the same how the same algorithm will behave when it runs using a data parallel approach. We have learned about the Amadel's law. Now in the second module we are going to cover a model of serial computation, PRAM model of parallel algorithm, and the algorithms. As we will learn about what are the basic components of a parallel computer. So we have to design an algorithm so that algorithm can execute on this parallel machine. If we will execute the same sequential algorithm on the parallel machine, it will behave as a sequential computer. So आपको parallel machine के लिए parallel algorithm ही डिजाइन करने पड़ेंगे. So in this module we will learn few of the parallel algorithm, and these are parallel reduction, prefix sum, list ranking, pre-ordered tree traversal, graph coloring. And also we will see क्या होता है अगर हम नंबर ऑफ प्रोसेसेस को डिक्रीज करते हैं या इंक्रीज करते हैं, इसका क्या रिजल्ट होता है. अब तक आपने जो भी एल्गोरिदम पढ़ा है, चाहे वो आपका सॉर्टिंग एल्गोरिदम हो या बाइनरी सर्च एल्गोरिदम हो या सर्च टेक्निक हो या आपने अभी सीपीयू शेड्यूलिंग एल्गोरिदम जो भी पढ़ा है, वो सारे के सारे एल्गोरिदम सिक्वेंशियल कंप्यूटर के लिए डिजाइन किए गए हैं. Here in this course we will learn about the parallel computer and how the algorithms are designed for the parallel machine. In today's lecture I'm going to cover the first two topic, a model of serial computation and the PRAM model of parallel algorithm. Before starting the serial model of computation, I just want to discuss about the von Neumann model. What is a von Neumann model? It is the von Neumann model provided a computer architecture in the year 1945, which was later known as the von Neumann architecture. Basically, it consists of a control unit, arithmetic and logical unit, memory unit, registers, and the input output. Basically, the von Neumann architecture is based on the stored program computer concept, where the instruction data and the program data are stored in the same memory. Still, most of the computers are constructed using a von Neumann architecture. A von Neumann architecture, a von Neumann architecture basically consists of a control unit, arithmetic and logical unit, memory, registers and input output, and it consists of a single processor. There is one memory for both instruction and the data set, As you remember that you have learned using the operating system that a memory, or in your computer architecture subject, that a memory has a divided into segments, where few of the segments store the instruction data, few of the segments store the program data, few of the segments are used to store another type of data. Also, here the instructions are executed in a fetch, decode, execute cycle. First we have to fetch the instruction, then we have to decode, and finally we have to execute the instruction. In this way, a execution of the instruction is completed. Now let's see the architecture of the von Neumann. It consists of an input device, output device, a central processing unit, and a memory is there. A central processing unit consists of basically two parts, a control unit and arithmetic and logical unit. In arithmetical and logical unit, all the processing take place, while the control unit holds the next instructions to be executed. There are registers which are used to store the intermediate data, or you can say that it is used to store the immediate data on which the operations are going on. There is a memory which is used to store data, and also the data are taken to the central processing unit, or from the central processing unit to the memory. This takes place using the memory. Now let's come to a model of serial computation. A random access machine, RAM, is a model of one address computer. Basically, this RAM consists of a memory. There is an input tape which is only used to store the sequence of integers, and there is a write only output tape and a program. If we will see that here a memory consists of an unbounded sequence of registers, and where each registers hold a single integer. Let's see the architecture of the model of serial computation. Here we have read only input tape which stores the integer, and we have a write only output tape where we can write the output. We can write the output. Here we have a location counter, a program. These are the registers, and accumulator. Accumulator is the registers where the computation take place. Here the program is not stored in memory, and also it cannot be modified. The input tape contains a sequence of integers. Every time an input value is read, the input head advances one square. जहाँ पर अगर आपने once you have read the x2, now this header will move to the x3. in the same way जब हम output लिखते हैं तो अगर आपने y2 पे लिखा है तो later on the header will advances to the next location. Also here memory consists of an unbounded sequence of registers, and they are designated as R0, R1, R2, R4, and there is an accumulator which is used to perform the computation. Now when we talk about the complexity of this system, so there are two types of complexity associated with a algorithm. The first one is your time complexity and the space complexity. So in the coming lecture we will learn about what is the space complexity and the time complexity for the serial model of computation.